How's it going, everyone? Javita here with another Let's Play episode for Boundless, and yeah, so kind of had I don't know, an epic response to the first video, but all of that's kind of old news because I added a blurb into episode 2, and well, kind of that's how it works. Hopefully you watched episode 2 before you got to episode 3, but there was a couple of other comments that actually Dave posted. He's one of the developers of Boundless and pointed a few things out. So I guess I was moving things around kind of the slow way, at least according to him. So you can actually just shift click these into here, and you can actually even do it like you can shift left click and jump this over to here, or you can shift right click and it will jump it over to here. At least for the hands, I use the number keys a lot, so I do want like a particular tool and a particular number, but I suppose you could kind of do them in order and very quickly load out your hands with various things. But previous episode, I think I mentioned something about basically building, and that is on the agenda, but I think it's about time to go mining. I'd love to build an extractor, so if you hit K, this brings up kind of the knowledge, and I kind of already navigated down here, but you could also cycle through over the filters to functional, and then scroll down, and well, there's you can't scroll, but here's the extractor. And so we need base metal, so we will need a furnace, which should, last I checked, it's just made out of stone or rock or something like that. But we need ancient tech remnants, and stone is no big deal. So basically we need to find some copper, maybe some coal to be able to smelt it, and some ancient tech remnants, so we need 3 of those. Yeah, that's one thing. If you could like set these recipes as an objective, that would be actually really awesome. But I don't know, 3 remnants and at least 3 pieces of metal, that's pretty easy to remember. So I think what I want to do is maybe clean up my inventory and yeah, go find a cave. So another thing I did want to highlight, though, I did it, but I don't think I really mentioned it, is that you can shift click and that will now properly stack with like things. It doesn't completely work with smart stacks, but if you got like a single item or even like say 10 of something and you can shift click it, it'll kind of go into smart stacks, but they don't quite merge. Like if you're moving in a smart stack on top of another smart stack, it doesn't quite do that yet, at least. Also, if you're unfamiliar, yeah, they're smart stacks, so anytime you have this kind of 9 sets of dots right here, that means you can open it up and there's potentially up to 9 stacks or items if they don't stack on top of each other inside of here. And as you can see over here, certain items will actually smart stack together, so it's awesome. So it's amazing for food like this, that yeah, I don't have to use 3 of my inventory spaces for earth yams, starberries, and meat. So in other words, if you have something and you know you have it and you lost it, you might check your smart stacks, because yeah, you know, if you don't know, you can have your plot remover and your plotter in the same smart stack, or something like nails and glue, you know, for some reason go together, I guess because they're both crafting components. But anyway, let's get down to business. So let's see here, that is south, over here is north, so one direction will essentially lead me to snowy mountains, the other direction desert, and I think I'm actually probably smack dab in the desert if I remember correctly. So I'll kind of have a look around, see, so it looks like there's more trees. Oh wow, okay, so I have a neighbor over here. I wonder... So one of the winners of the competition, they found me basically by using the compass, and I guess maybe they saw the capital and kind of and I don't know, use the compass to kind of triangulate my position, and then somebody else, what was this, Carter, found me, but he hasn't explained how he found me yet, so I don't know if he just got lucky or what. So, but potentially that could be him over there. I asked him on YouTube, it's like, am I your new neighbor or something? It's like, how did you find me so fast? And yeah, I just blew my socks off. So let's have a look around. If this takes too long, I might cut it out, but at the same time, it'd be kind of nice to leave this in to show maybe some different methods for finding caves, which, if I'm lucky, that's one right there in front of us. So it's not quite a desert cave. Ooh, that's a cave, all right. So I prefer the desert caves because they're a little bit more user-friendly. So certainly keep that one in mind in case we get desperate. But little kind of quick note on navigation. If you notice up on the compass, there's all sorts of icons. These purple things, there's kind of one hiding behind this icon. It's really hard to see, but purple basically equals portals. These gray little house type things, those are kind of other player settlements, and your personal beacon or build will be this orange icon. So that's kind of a quick rundown. Basically just kind of look around, find the orange, and then that's your beacon. If you have more than one, then you'll have more than one orange icon. The little red dots, those are other players, so I could go visit him. He looks like he's really far off. The size of the icon kind of indicates distance. So the closer I am, the bigger it is. The farther away, the smaller it is. So that little red icon actually has like a, I guess like a player head on top of it, but he's so far ahead I can't even hardly make out the player head. And if for some reason that fails you, you can always go over to places, and you have, you know, beacons, settlements, worlds, locations. So by default, here's your current location, and then here's your landing site, wherever you first landed. And then over here will be any beacons that you have placed down. So looks like I still got 1 week and 1 day on my beacon, and see a more accurate time, and all sorts of wonderful information. If you're part of a settlement, you'll have settlement information. If you've been to worlds, you'll be able to see information on the world. So we've only been to Berlin, but yeah, enough on that. Don't want to get too distracted here, but it's a nice vantage point. So I kind of have two options. It'd be awesome to find a natural opening to a cave, but that can sometimes take some time. So I might just kind of pick one of these mountains and maybe dig underneath them, or just start digging down in general. There's usually caves, but sometimes you can get unlucky and... oh, perfect. Sometimes you get unlucky and it takes quite some time to find them. Let's see here. There we go. It's like my torch disappeared. And put the food there. Oh, nice. So let's go ahead and kind of dig this out just a little bit. There we go. So now we can kind of get out and maybe plop torch down somewhere. Ooh, these beginning torches, goodness. So, okay, so you can kind of just peruse these caves, and usually might have to go down a little bit further, but find some stuff just kind of in the walls or in the floor of tech remnants, and of course all sorts of other stuff. So let's see here. Oh, there we go. There's some coal. So definitely need that for our furnace. Quite nice. Oh, really? It's just one? Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I don't think we really need to mess with the boulders. It'd be good for things like flint and other things. Yeah, these kind of oil vine fragments. Aw, sweet. Iron. So yeah, it's kind of like window shopping and... What? Oh my goodness. So yeah, we're gonna ditch the foliage for now. I just cleaned my... Oh, I should have put these trunks away. And I got some sand. I'll just throw that down. And yeah, that's not that important. I actually don't even know what that stuff is for. I wasn't kidding when I'm not familiar with all the new crafting stuff. It might be for potions. It could, you know, I don't think it's for food. That would seem a little weird, but yeah, so gonna be doing a little bit of learning as well as kind of showing off how to do things. So very nice, getting some copper ore. Oh, I have stamina. Oh, wow. So yeah, that's another terrible habit I have. I did some kind of taking some inventory basically when I first got on today before recording to kind of like, okay, what would I like to do? Kind of cleaned up my inventory and just kind of gathered my thoughts. And a really bad habit that I have is that I'll just randomly run around in circles and jump and do all sorts of crazy stuff while I'm thinking. Just kind of, I guess, my thought process. But yeah, it's terrible for the new hunger mechanic, because while that stuff doesn't use energy, it does make you hungry. So yeah, kind of wasted some food there. Guess I'll have to figure out other ways to distract myself while I think. Or just eat more food. It's not really that big of a deal. Ooh. So we got another drop down. Don't want to go too deep, at least. Because, I mean, well, okay, we could use the sanctum trick. So maybe I'll show that off if we get too deep. But otherwise, you'd have to dig your way out, which, you know, I don't know. I'm spoiled. I'm used to grapples. And am I going to catch... Oh, nice. Caught it. Okay, so nice. At least 23 copper right there. So basically, now we just need... I mean, more coal would be awesome, but need definitely to find some remnants. Ooh, nice. Hard to go wrong with iron, except I guess we will need crafting skills to really use it. So at least for tools. So that's kind of another thing. At some point, I'm probably going to start another character. I'll probably make this character my crafter, since being able to craft the higher level tools will certainly help leveling up a second character. And yeah, you get the idea. That's actually a really cool thing that at some point they're going to make it to where you can basically access a wider range of skills on one character. So we don't know any details on this. It could be like a dual spec, like you could have a spec for hunting and a spec for crafting and switch between them by, who knows, returning to the sanctum or just kind of going through not a return to sanctum, you know, it counts down going to the sanctum, but like a countdown or a cast for switching specs, who knows. But so I don't think you'll be able to access all skills all at the same time, but certainly be helpful for those that don't want to roll alts. Personally, I don't mind rolling alts. There's certainly some advantages and disadvantages to having more than one character like that. But yeah, I guess I should eat some food. I keep got on this big long tangent of flight of ideas, so... Oh, wrong button. So, apologize about the darkness, but yeah. Just eat some food right quick. And almost one more. Ooh, I hear something. That's a little creepy. Probably above us, but it sounded like a wild stock. Oh, that's another thing. I noticed in editing that, I mean, my sound settings, they work great for tutorials and things like that, but they may be coming through a little bit too quiet for the Let's Play. And I'm not exactly sure. I kind of just, by default, I throw in the Boundless music just so there's something interesting to listen to in the background, but I could turn the real in-game music back on and just let that play whenever it does play. It kind of randomly cuts in and out. I'll play a song and then have some quiet for a while, and you all know the drill. So if you all have like a strong preference, I might kind of play around with it and let me know what you all think, I guess. Okay, so but we don't have any iron tools. I guess copper would work too, but okay. So yeah, that's it says regular coal, but you mine it, and then it says medium coal. So it's basically just a more potent form of soft coal. And unfortunately, you need at least metal tools to gather it, which really isn't that big of a deal, other than we can't get it right now because we're still in the Stone Age. We're literally cavemen. We're in the... Oh, seriously? Oh, nice. That's right. A second there, it's like, no, we need metal tools, and then there's ancient tech components staring me in the face. But yeah, it's kind of the goofy thing is you can get tech components with stone. It's the tech devices you have to have iron, which is kind of interesting. So let's get some more iron. We really need to... I guess I should stop getting distracted and really try to hunt down some tech remnants. Because, I mean, look at this. We already have 25 iron, 39 copper. I mean, we're gonna need tons of this stuff, but if we can go ahead and get an extractor, we can make a better torch, which will make cave diving much more pleasant experience. These basic torches are pretty... aw, sweet. Here we go. Perfect. Perfect. But yeah, these basic torches... Ooh, they're kind of... I can't even finish my sentence. Okay, so yeah, what? We need one more? Yeah, we need one more for an extractor. And yeah, if we can find some more coal, because we will need it for smelting. We also will need it for making glue. I mean, we could use wood as a fuel, but... I don't know, it just seems... Wood is annoying to gather, and it doesn't get you very far. Aw, sweet. Nice. So, yeah. Coal, good. Tech remnants, better. But I think what I was trying to say, I can't remember if I ever finished it, but if we get an extractor, we can make a better torch. I'm pretty sure I already said that, so... yeah. But better torch means we find stuff easier. And, oh, that actually reminds me. So, after the last episode, not today, but the last time I was recording, I did some more gathering afterwards, got a bunch of wood, and I spent some more skill points. I put it into power. Normally I would put it into dexterity. That will increase my swing speed, but since there's now energy and hunger, and it's like, well, okay, maybe more powerful hits would allow me to use less hits, less stamina, which would allow me to keep mining longer, and it kind of fell flat on its face. Because I put 2 points into power and it really didn't speed anything up. I started to undo this, but I wanted to go ahead and show it. So up here in the corner, like once a week, you can reset your skill points. And it looks like, oh, nice. I actually have free skill resets available. So they did that the last patch. But once you use up these 3 free skill resets, you should get one once a week or something like that. I'll have to check on that maybe later. But as you level up, you also get cleanse points. So I can click on this. You see I have 3 cleanse points, and that I get 1 point per level. So I can essentially use this to unlearn 3 skill points or 3 skill investments, and the next time I level up I'll get another one. But as you can see, I can only have up to 3, so it's like you might as well use these things, because if you already have the maximum you level up, then it's like wasted. So that's kind of a nice little way to make micro changes to your build. I think I will go ahead and do dexterity. Some more vitality would be nice, but it's not critical. I could do more run speed, that's always nice. Let's go ahead and do 2 in dexterity. So go ahead, and I'll have to stop more often for rest breaks, but I'll still be mining faster, theoretically. So I think I've already kind of gone this way. That goes down. Yeah, you know, it's not completely dark, but it feels like I'm just groping around aimlessly in the dark. I should, oh sweet. Should have gone basically in a circle. In fact, this is probably exactly where I was standing, because it looks like I mined out a little bit of this. But yeah. So it looks like we're already hitting the 20-minute mark, so it's probably an okay place to stop the episode. I might go ahead, find that extra tech remnant, and jump over to the base. But I think I'll just do some more mining. Y'all get the idea of crafting, I think. And uh-oh. Oh wow, that was fail. Come on. Whoop. There we go. So yeah, in order to dodge these guys, you pretty much have to wait at least until they're making the sound of their attack, if not the animation, before you start moving. Otherwise, they predict where you're going to be. So pretty standard in games, I guess. But if you noticed, he was actually kind of had bits of his body that were glowing. And if you come over to this graphical settings, if you're trying to get like the smoothest play experience possible, like you maybe not the greatest computer or something, you can turn off this per pixel lighting, and it's one of the heaviest hitting settings that you can turn on and off. However, it also turns off the glowy bits on all the creatures. So if you're in the caves, it can make combat a lot more of a headache, basically, because they're harder to see. But so it also adds all sorts of really cool lighting to blocks and everything. It makes a dramatic difference. So actually, smooth normals is the second hardest hitting graphical setting according to the devs. I did a graphical setting video and I was completely clueless on what it did. I could tell it had something to do with the corners of blocks, but basically what it does is it kind of smooths them out, which looks like, yeah, I think I have it on. But yeah, it's kind of a very subtle difference, and yet it has a fairly large impact apparently, so that might be a better one to turn off. So guess we're gonna have to go down. We only have 3 torches, so I don't feel like marking the ledge. Geronimo! Okay. That is one nice thing about Boundless, is that the fall damage is pretty forgiving. Are you even gonna shoot at me? There you go. Like, last possible. Nice, level 9. Oh, failing at aiming here. Okay, so we still need one more tech remnant. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. I guess next episode, or maybe in my spare time. Oh, nice, a fossil. Maybe find another one. Ah, sweet. It's like, I know, it's like I could feel it. It's like if I just go a few more moments, I'll find another one. So awesome. So now we have all our tech components, and want to show off a trick for getting out of these caves. And oh, sweet. So if you ever get lost in these caves and you want to get out and you can't find the exit, I mean, it kind of adds an interesting element of like, oh my goodness, I feel trapped, and kind of suspenseful, but there is an easy way to get out. You could, of course, warp out. So I could return to Sanctum or make a warp conduit. But if you notice, I dug out this kind of just this 2-block space, and I'll show you something here in a bit. Yeah, see, it stuck us not completely on the surface, but pretty darn close. And that's basically because this portal is 3 blocks tall. So if it's trying to come into a space that's only 2 blocks tall, then like this part would be in solid rock and would look funny. Maybe it would clip through the world, I don't know. So the warp tries to find the next suitable location, which usually defaults to straight up. Sometimes it's maybe goes to the side a little bit if there's like lava or something, but oh, look at that. 2 tech components right there. Is this where this is? Oh, well, there's another tech component. Jeez. Sweet. So anyway, if it doesn't get you all the way to the surface, then you could of course just repeat it, or I could go ahead and dig my way out of here. But jumping back over to the Sanctum, you of course just repeat the trick, but you could also come over here to this inactive portal right here, and I could just either warp to my beacon, which that would cost 100 coins, or the landing site, again 100 coins. The price is determined by blink seconds right here. So if it's 0, it's 100, and kind of goes up in increments accordingly. So, but yeah, I think that covers this episode pretty nicely. I guess next episode we'll work on getting an extractor, and I'll probably grab those other tech components here in a bit. So, sweet, there's our torch. I was kind of wondering if we'd be able to recover it. So, wow. So, yeah, I guess I came in from over there and just passed right by all of these tech components. But anyway, enough rambling. This was Javita. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and if there's anything you didn't like, let me know down below. Until next time, peace.